Hey guys, so this is a little bit late, so sorry I'm a huge mess as per usual. So I just wanted to give you an update about the first week. Really, it's been like almost 2 weeks. I'm just going to focus on the first week. I'll talk a little bit about the second week just to get us up to date, but most of this is about the first week and that first fresh start plan. So overall, what did I think about it? I thought it was okay. I wasn't like, oh my God, this is amazing, this is wonderful with it. But I also wasn't like, oh, this is horrible. Most of the food was pretty good. I wasn't hungry most of the time. There was a couple of days where I'd gotten fairly hungry, but it wasn't anything too bad. And those were the days where I didn't really have as many vegetables with like lunch or something. It was usually the end of the day that I'd get pretty hungry, like around dinner time. But for the most part, that was rare. I think it happened where I was like really truly hungry once, and then I was kind of hungry another time. So I stayed fairly full, but I also did load up a lot on the vegetables because I knew that I could have the vegetables. Why not try to have as many of them as I could? So that seemed to help. I don't know if that's the only reason, or I don't know. That was pretty good. And most of the food was really good too, and I was surprised because it was all the shelf stable stuff. So I was a little kind of skeptical about some of it. There's only two items where I was just like, oh my God, this is awful. And there's only one of them where I was like, this is inedible. So the strawberry bar, it tasted like perfume to me. Like it was really fake scented, and like I didn't have lotion or anything on my hand yet. It was really disappointing because I was already out the door in the car when I opened it, and I took a bite of it and I was like, what is that? That's not normal. And then I don't know if I thought it was me, so I took another bite of it. I was like, yeah, no, this is the bar. It wasn't just this weird kind of reaction to it. It tasted really bad. So I would not suggest getting the strawberry yogurt bar. I don't know what it was, but it just tasted like perfume to me. Not even like a strawberry perfume. It was just like that kind of perfumey. It was not good. And then the other one that I really didn't like was the three cheese chicken. That one was really bad too. It was edible. It was definitely better than the strawberry bar. I ate it. That was the only other one where I was just like, oh my God, this is not good. Um, and then my least favorite after that was probably like the chicken paella, which is kind of surprising to me. And that one really wasn't that bad. I thought I would like it more, considering that's kind of more the type of food I generally cook. It's kind of more along those lines. But it wasn't very good. So it wasn't like horrible. I ate it. It was fine. It just wasn't really good. Everything else was really good. I ate a lot of my stuff. I had sauteed peppers and onions. I had made a big batch of it, and I ate a lot of my stuff with that. And then I think I did a tray of mushrooms, onion, and garlic. Well, I don't think I know. I did also another sauteed thing of mushroom, garlic, and onions. And I put that all together in like a big Tupperware container. And so I would just put a small container with my lunch off to the side with that and take it with me, and then mix it all together, either the mushroom mix or the peppers mix. And it was really good. It was really good, actually. I was really surprised, especially like the marinara type stuff. I was a little skeptical about that. I mean, I did season a lot of the stuff myself. No salt, 'cause you're not allowed to do salt, which I didn't realize the first day. So the first day I did add salt into it, like garlic salt. I just spaced, like I think I had known, but I just spaced. So the second day I started the no salt thing. Um, but yeah, it was all pretty good. I'd like for those, I added a little bit of oregano and basil to like marinara type stuff. And it was really good with the sauteed mushrooms or the sauteed peppers. It's all really good. And the meatballs, especially, I had a whole wheat roll that I went and picked up. And I put it on the whole wheat roll with a bunch of the mushrooms and onions. And oh, it was really good. If you had told me it was diet food and I didn't know, I wouldn't believe you. So that was really good. I'm definitely going to order some more of those my next go round. Um, so yeah, that was it. The only 10 item or thing that I gave like a 10 to, like this was like amazing, was the chocolate chip cookies. They were so good. That was another thing where it's like, if this you told me this was diet food, I would not believe you. And there was a lot of stuff where I was like, this is really good. Like give it, like an 8, which is delicious. I got a scale of, 1 to 10. Really good. No problems eating it. Like I wouldn't believe it was diet food if you told me. Like, and those meatballs, those were really good. The cookies, oh my God, those were so good. I don't know if it's just because I don't really eat that many or haven't been eating that many sweets lately. It's just like, oh, it's a cookie, so it made it seem like it tasted extra good to me. I have no idea. The popcorn was really good too. That was some of the snack items. So overall, everything was really good. I was pretty feeling. So did I cheat? So I already said I did salt the first day, but that was an accident. I didn't really mean to. I did cheat every day with my coffee. So you're allowed to have coffee, but you're not allowed to have for the first week. You're not allowed to have any creamer, and I just can't do coffee without creamer. I've cut down a lot. So every morning I'd have one coffee with some creamer in it. I measured it out because I knew I probably could have gone without it. But I knew it would have given me some headaches. I love coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. I'm very caffeine crazy. And I'm not that huge of a tea person without any sugar. So I figured, just do the coffee so I can get the caffeine. It wouldn't be too bad. So I did do that every day. I had 1 cup of coffee. I limited it to the 1 cup of coffee. Put a little bit of soy milk, a little bit of creamer in it. So that was kind of like my cheat for the whole thing. And obviously I didn't do that much with it. And I limited myself to the 1 cup, which is quite different from what I was doing. And in hindsight, it kind of makes sense why I had plateaued out a bit before because I was having like multiple servings of creamer every day, multiple cups of coffee. It was a problem. Um, so even with my cheating, I started off, and I put it in my last video. I started off at 60 or 60, 163.2, and I ended at 159.8. So I lost 3.4 pounds, which is fabulous. I know a lot of more people lose more weight when they start the fresh start, but a lot of people start to their diet on the fresh start, so they weren't really dieting consistently before. I already was, so I didn't really have much water weight to lose. So I'm pretty confident that that was mostly, fat, maybe a little bit of muscle too. I mean, it is low calories, and not so much water weight, which is fantastic because I had already lost a bunch of weight. So I don't think that really was water weight. So I mean that's pretty good considering how much weight I've already lost and how little I was losing weekly before. And don't expect it to last because the first week you're eating pretty low. It's roughly about 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day, and it's closer to the thousand side most days. Mine was bumped up a little bit because the creamer, so it's more around 1,100 ish. Um, and I try to make sure that I never drop below 1,000 because some of the days it would have been really easy to drop below the 1,000 calories. So I made sure to add extra vegetables. Oh, excuse me, and things like that, which they don't really count as calories against you, but like I know that there are calories there, so I wasn't dropping below that, even if I wasn't really counting them. Which is another thing in their app. So I use their app to track everything. It's kind of cool because you log all your food and you log your vegetables and stuff, but even though your vegetables are logged and it tells you how many calories are in the vegetables, it doesn't put it in your total. And that's really cool. Um, and so my food's getting cold. So like today I'm having turkey with mashed potatoes. My broccoli's in the microwave sitting there because I just steamed it in there because I was being lazy. So these is pretty good. Turkey medallions. It was a frozen item. So now I moved on to some of the frozen items now. And like I thought the pantry stuff was pretty good as it was. But oh my god, some of the freezer items are so good. It's like my third or fourth day on the freezer items, and I've already lost another pound, which is great. Woo woo. Um, but yeah, the freezer items are really good. The melt, oh, I had a Philly cheesesteak melt or something like that, Philly melt. Oh, it was so good. And I put a bunch of peppers and onions on the side with it. It was so good. And this turkey and mashed potatoes is really good too. So I haven't really been having much of a problem eating with the foods. I know a lot of people say it's really gross. I don't think it is, but I also add a lot of stuff to mine too. Like even as I put a little bit of garlic powder and pepper into it, and it's not that hard of a thing to do. So it's changed now to so I'm allowed to have creamer now in the morning. So I mean I still have it cut down a lot. So now I can have the creamer anymore now. So that's not cheating. So that's awesome because well honestly I was doing it anyways. But now it's not like I'm doing it as a bad way. And I add my own snacks into it now, which is great. So I eat a lot of celery and carrots with peanut butter. That's been one of like the favorite things that I've had because you could have a lot with just a little bit of peanut butter, but it's really, really filling because you have a lot of carrots and celery. It doesn't really count against you. And that's a great snack as long as you don't go crazy with the peanut butter. So in the morning, I'll measure out peanut butter into like a little cup and just take that with me. And I've done that twice, and that's been great. And that just counts as a protein against you, so that that'll be like my morning snack. In the afternoon, I've had like crackers and cheese, which is really good, or I've had like a half a serving of yogurt with a little bit of nuts and like half a banana or a banana, like depending if it's a real big one, which is a great snack, and that doesn't count against me. Um, so everything's been going really well. I'm not too worried about anything yet or being able to stick to this. So hopefully everything stays to be the smooth sailing. And sorry this is late. I'll probably be uploading another video in like maybe 2 days, considering how late this is. So I appreciate everybody watching and sticking with me. Again, I'm sorry it's late, but I'm really excited. So I'm down a total now. So I started, I'm not exactly sure what my starting weight was. I know it was a little over 200 because I'd gotten weighed and I was a little under 200. And then I went into like denial about it because, oh, I must have drank a lot of water, must have eaten a lot before that. And I think a lot of us justify things like that. And I kind of ignored it for a little bit longer. And I know I'd put on even more weight from there. So I'm gonna guess my starting weight is probably around 205, but like actual on the scale was about 198. I think it was 198. It was 198 or 199. It was like just under 200, and I was still in denial, even though I was like, it can't get over 200. That's no, I don't know. I have issues. Anyways, so to be in the 150s now, I am so happy. I've dropped from the obesity range to the overweight range. I'm so happy about that, which is amazing. Like, oh, I'm so happy to be overweight. So I know it was only like a few more pounds to lose, and like I'd been borderlining that obese line for a few weeks before I started this. Anyway, well, probably like a month before I'd started anyways, but now I'm like underneath it for sure. And that's great. To be in the 150s is awesome. And I'm pretty close to like what my goal is for the moment. And so I'm just really happy about this. So thanks for watching. If you want to continue following, subscribe wherever that button is. And I'll try to get the videos up here a little bit more time. I'm trying to do it about every week, but things kind of happened this last week that kind of threw me off. All right, have a good one.